George's thing, if all the people at George's thing got on the stage, I think we might collapse.
Yeah.
This is a much smaller space.
Trying to get my bearings. Where am I?
How the Islanders doing?
Good, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay.
I really don't want them to play well. So the teams, they play really well. They went 8-1 in their last 9. And then they go on and go far in the playoffs. They got some they should trade it away.
They told me I'm throwing to you, and then you're throwing to Mike.
I don't care.
We can switch it up, whatever you guys want.
I'm all good.
As long as I don't have to name everybody in the audience.
Right.
Only George can do that. Okay. All right. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome to White Plains, the birthplace of the state of New York. Declaration of Independence read on the right where our armory is today. And right over here, the Battle of White Plains was fought in October 1776. British troops came up from New York to end the revolution. And because of George Washington's tactics and Alexander Hamilton at the cannon on Battle Hill, we held the British off and preserved our country right here in White Plains. And tonight we're going to make more history. Tonight we're going to celebrate the election of Ken Jenkins, County Executive of the County of Westchester. So I don't want to delay getting to the headliner, so I'm going to switch it off right now to the Chair of the County Board of Legislators, Vidat Ghashi.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. All right, that's better. I got to admit, I'm a little excited to be up here tonight. It's been a kind of low time for Democrats nationally. They got the House, the Senate, Supreme Court, the presidency. And apparently that wasn't enough because the president decided to tweet about the Westchester County executive race yesterday. Not content to have all those things, they wanted the Westchester County legislator. They didn't say who to vote for. They didn't say Christine. They said the Republican. Doesn't matter which Republican, any Republican, because that's what they're about. And I'm excited because tonight we're showing them what Westchester's about. This is where the fight starts back. This is where we're going to start taking back these races. We're going to get them tonight. We're going to get them in November. We're going to get them in next November and so on because we got the people to do it. And the person to do it is Ken Jenkins. I am so excited to be here. Thank you all for everybody out here who has done work for him. Thank you, everybody, for doing that work. We're going to need to do it again, but not yet. Tonight, I'm going to enjoy this one. Thank you. And let me turn it to Mayor Mike Spano.
Hey, Westchester, first of all, Yonkers in the house. All right. It's always good to see Yonkers in the house. You know, Westchester County, we're very proud to be part of this wonderful county. And you think about it, Senate Majority Leader, the first African-American female to lead a team across the state, Andrea Stewart Cousins, from the city of Yonkers. And tonight, the first African-American to serve as Westchester County's executive, right? Ken Jenkins. Let's give it up for Ken. I know Ken for over 30 years. We've been great friends. And he is such a hard worker. You know, we all love George. We know how hard he works and continues to work. Ken was right there with him, though. Right there with him every step of the way. And you know what? The people of this county responded by electing Ken as Westchester County Executive because he works hard, he's smart, he runs a great government, and he's going to do great things for us as Westchester County's Executive. Again, let's give it up for Ken. So I stand here with the mayor of White Plains who gave me a visa, said I could come up here. I stand here with the chairman of the board. I stand here with the mayor of Mount Vernon, my sister, Sean Patterson, the council president of Yonkers, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, and there's so many others that are here. But do me a favor, none of this stuff can happen without a good, solid support team. The Republicans were not going to come into this county and take over. They could do it anywhere they want to do it. They weren't going to do it here. And that's because we have great leadership. So give it up for Suzanne Berger, Westchester County Democratic Chair.
Good evening, Democrats. Good evening. Tonight is a good night to be a Democrat in Westchester County. And in Westchester County, we show Democrats around the state and around the nation we have faith, we can do it, we can win elections if we pay attention. And it's a good candidate, a good team around the candidate, but it's the voters who know what Democratic leadership has done for this county for the past 7 years and what it will continue to do over the next year and beyond. Because we have to do this again. So before I introduce the next speaker, I've been asked to recognize a few of the elected officials in the room. You see no list. So we'll do the best we can. We have our Deputy County Executive, Richard Witchney. We have our county legislators, in addition to the chairman of the board. We have Jose Alvarado, the vice chair of the board. Nancy Barr from Rybrook. And all of them need your vote in November because all of them are up for re-election. Erica Pierce from Bedford. David Tubiolo from Yonkers. And
Ben Boykin.
Oh, Ben Boykin from the city of White Plains. We have Judah Holstein from Eastchester, New Rochelle. We have with us the county clerk, Tim Idoni. From my own village of Dobbs Ferry, trustee Shari Rosen-Asher. We have from the city of Yonkers, City Court Judge Vereshcheko. And from the city of White Plains, City Court Judge John Collins. Okay, now we're getting past where I can see.
Councilman Justin Brash.
Oh, Councilman Justin Brash from the Common Council, City of White Plains.
Councilman Richard Payne.
And also from the city of White Plains, Richard Payne. We have from the town of Greenburgh, Judge Aaron McGoey. Okay, So I'll be back up at the microphone a couple more times tonight, so I can, you can rearrange and I can see some more people. But right now I want to introduce to you the mayor, another mayor, a mayor from the city of Mount Vernon, Sean Patterson Howard.
Good evening, Westchester. Good evening, Westchester. We are excited to be here in the Golden Apple tonight to celebrate the victory of our newly elected County Executive Ken Jenkins. I want to be very, very clear. In this time of great volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, we need someone with clear vision, someone who has an understanding of the complex challenges that we face, someone who has clarity, and someone who is agile. And that is Ken Jenkins. Yeah. We need to understand that this historic day that we are standing in, this historic moment that we're standing in, as we have elected the first Black county executive in the history of Westchester. It's historic. And being a person who also won a historic election and has served in that spot, be very clear, this is not about representation. This is about DEI, a duly elected individual. This is about qualification, not representation. Now, the fact that he is a man of color, the fact that he is a Black man, that's a beautiful thing. But Ken, from being a News 12 anchorman and working in corporate offices and serving in the city council and the county board of legislators and chairing the county board of legislators and serving for 7 years as the deputy county executive, has stood side by side with George Latimer and the Westchester County team. He understands everything from public safety to infrastructure to economic development to our front-facing offices in human services, serving our elderly and our veterans and our youth and our family, those who are disabled, understanding the health challenges. He was there and helped bring us through COVID. So this is not about representation, it's about qualification. And he is very, very qualified. Very qualified. We're not going to let anyone take anything from him, because he stands here as someone who has been overwhelmingly elected. This is a great moment for Westchester. This is a great moment for Westchester. Can I get a shout out from the towns? If you're representing a town, can we hear the towns? If you're representing a village or a hamlet, can we hear the villages? If you're here as a resident or a business owner or a part of a city, can we hear the cities? When we have villages, towns, hamlets, and cities who are able to work together, because local government is the most granular level of government. We are where the work gets done. We directly impact the people. All of the things that happen on a federal level and all of the policies have to be implemented. This is where the people are served. And when our cities, our towns, our hamlets, and our villages can come together and identify the challenges and work with our county executive, Ken Jenkins, then Westchester, we are the example of how legislation and executive work together and get this done. So we are excited, excited, excited. Let's stand as a shining example. In a time when our country is divided, let people see and understand what it looks like to be diverse, to be cooperative, for conservatives and progressives and moderates to come together and represent everyone in our community. So we're excited for Ken Jenkins tonight. Thank you to everyone. God bless you. And at this time, we are calling on the great governor of the state of New York. And we know that we are her blue wall. We are the blue wall of Westchester. Our governor, Kathy Hochul.
Does this come out? Does this come out?
It can if you want. Do you want it?
All right, I'm a little too tall for me. Ken, what were you thinking here? First of all, I want to make a very important official announcement. Based on the results that are in tonight, I'm here to declare that Ken Jenkins is the made it happen. And I want to give all of you the credit, but it also comes down to extraordinary leadership. Suzanne Berger, you have led this community. Thank you. What a champion for Democrats. We are blessed to have her and the organization that exists in this county. It is second to none. Also, so many of my great partners in government, your assembly members and senators are actually up in Albany doing the work of the people. I'm here hanging out with you, so I'm our mayor, Sean Harrison Howard, Mike Spano, Tom Roche. I mean, these are people I've worked with for many, many years. And so we have an all-star team that's elected here. Also, the work we did with the coordinated campaign last year. I'm going to keep that baby rolling. We're going to make sure that our candidates in 2025 and 2026 find what they need for the state party. But tonight is not about the party, the people. It's about a man. A man who exceeded all expectations, starting out humbly, the son of a police officer and a nurse.
Yes.
All right, I got that right. And to all the parents out there, they blame you when the kids screw up, so parents be proud when they see a man like this rise up from his circumstances and become a real champion and fighter. But he's drawn to public service. Like many of the people on the stage in this room, there's something still noble about willing to step up and put yourself on that bell and go into the line of fire on behalf of the community that you love and cherish. So I honor all the elected officials in this room, and this man, Ken Jenkins, has made a lifetime of service in a way that is exemplary. And I've paralleled his career. I started in local government. I went to county government. I've done a couple things since then. But you never forget the county government when you're in these positions. Ken, this is where it truly matters. This is where you provide direct services to our seniors and people with disabilities and our young people, giving them healthy activities to stay out of trouble. This is where you invest in mental health programs and child care programs. This is where you're helping people when they need it the most. So I think this is the most fulfilling thing that you can do, is to step up and be willing to run and serve the people of your community. And we're going to have some fights ahead, not with each other, we get along great, but we know the battle lines are out there.
Yep.
And we're going to continue to stand up. I'll fight for the people of New York, you fight for the people of Westchester County, and we'll let them know that they should believe in government again. And there are some people actually tried all the way from Washington to change the outcome of this election. That didn't go so well. This is Westchester County. We got blue. We got blue here. We got blue wave. Starts here with the special elections, continues to fall. Primary first, then fall of 2025, and then we just crank it up again to 26. And we will take back the House of Representatives in Washington, D.C. with all your help. We'll make sure that George Wagner, our president, we all work so hard to get elected, but I served with for many, many years, has an overwhelming success in 2026. And by the way, I'm going to be on the ballot for my 16th election. I've done this a few times. In Westchester, I have a special place in my heart for you because when I had a three-way Democratic primary in 2022, I had 78% of the vote in this county.
Yes.
So you always had my back. So Ken, I'm going to be there, the best partner you ever had, because I believe in you, I believe in this county, and I believe in the power of government to do good for the people of their communities. Thank you very much. Congratulations! Let me bring up the 10th county resident, the history maker, first black ever elected to the commission, our great-grandparent lady!
All right, let's give it up for our governor of the great state of New York, Kathy Hochul. Come on. No, you're not doing that right. Come on, it's Kathy Hochul, the governor of our state, coming down to be with us tonight, taking care of so many other things, trying to fight for every single dime for us in the state of New York, and she standing up and she took time to be with us tonight. Let's give it up one more time for Governor Kathy Hochul. On our way in tonight, Christine Schulte called to concede. So let's make sure that we say that people understand in that path. And as our great governor said, as the mayors that said, as Suzanne Berger said, you know what? There was a president that's tried to come back here in Westchester County, and we took tonight to make sure that we reminded people, again, in the great state of New York, we don't play that. Let's make sure to give it up for all that work that we did together. So tonight we're celebrating the victory for all of Westchester, so I am honored and humbled to be elected as your county executive. This victory is a victory for all of Westchester. You know what? I'm deeply grateful to everyone that's been here this evening. First, who braved the cold, the snow, the wind. You know, our governor, you know where she's from, right? You know she's Erie County from Buffalo, right? She's like, this is no snow, right? Come on, that was a dusting that y'all had. It was 6 inches, so what, right?
We measure in feet.
That is true. We know that in Buffalo, they measure in feet. But the reality was that everyone was out here for the past 12 days, and it was more challenging than a lot of people recognize. And all of you out here this evening, and people watching at home, and people that couldn't get out here with us tonight, let's give it up for all of you, because I thank all of you to make sure that people got out to the polls, to make sure their voice was heard over these past 12 days. And you know, you all have heard me say this before, Westchester is a unicorn, right? And we continue to be a unicorn because we didn't let partisan politics get in the way. We didn't let anybody distract us. We kept focused on the mission, and we understood what that mission was, which is to continue to build a county that works for everybody. Here's what we were able to do over these past few weeks and the things that we're going to continue to keep fighting for. We're always going to make sure that we're keeping Westchester safe, right? We work with every level of government, with every partner, our federal level, our state level, our local municipalities, to make sure Westchester residents understand that in Westchester County, we have reduced crime together, right? We're going to make sure Westchester continues to be fiscally sound because the last people left it kind of in shambles, right? We lost our bond rating, and we were able to be, the governor knows this, we're the only county in the state of New York that has a AAA bond rating from S&P. We were able to continue that work with Fitch to maintain that. We're right at the doorstep with Moody's with a AA1 with a positive outlook, and with everyone's help, we're going to make sure that we move Westchester forward. That's how we make sure to keep our taxes down, right? That previous administration, they kind of ruined it for everybody, but we're bringing that back. We're keeping Westchester affordable, right? We keep making sure that we're investing in fair and affordable housing. We made sure to provide free buses in the summer, right? Not all the time, right? Because we can't do that all the time. Legislators said, no, you can't spend money that way. We need to make sure that we're investing in that. We license and subsidize licensed childcare to make sure that people can get back and forth to work, knowing their children are in safe places. And we're going to continue to prioritize to make sure that we're keeping Westchester affordable, partnering with our governor, our state legislators, and all our local municipalities to keep that going. Let's give it up for that. We're going to keep working on our successful efforts in flood mitigation. And I know the governor's going to be back soon with some surprises for the Environmental Bond Act as we continue to make sure we're protecting communities in flooding. Give it up for our governor making sure that we're taking care of flooding issues. And we do so many things with affordable housing. We always like to say in Westchester, because the governor pointed out when we talk about our children, we're the good children here in Westchester County. That means that we prioritize and we get to run pilot programs to do different things and creative things, just like the mayor here in White Plains, Tom Roach, is doing with 108 units, 108 units of affordable ownership here in Westchester County. Let's give it up for that. We're going to continue to expand our public health and mental health support programs. The governor made a great announcement in her state of the state as well as her budget, and we're going to continue to work with that because we know mental health has challenges, but we have to do that together. And we're going to always, always, always defend a woman's right to control her body. We're going to continue to celebrate and embrace Westchester's diversity because we know diversity is strength, right? Yeah. And our commitment to helping all of our residents rise and thrive has never been challenged at all. Let's keep doing that, Westchester. Let's raise our voices for that. In this time when many people are feeling disheartened and they're disturbed by that chaos in Washington, we built a winning campaign by offering hope and stability and results. My administration is going to be compassionate, sensitive to all people's rights, and will strive to improve the rights and lives of our hard-working Westchester people, right? We're going to be steady and even-handed. We're going to keep working with everybody, and you all have heard me say this before. Those of you that have flown on a plane, you know you don't fly on the left wing. You don't fly on the right wing, you fly in the middle. And that's how we've been able to be that unicorn, and we're going to continue to do that work by working with everyone. That's how we do it in Westchester. You know, none of us get to do this alone. And I am privileged because you see Sugar standing next to me, right? Most of y'all know that Deborah wasn't actually going to be here tonight because she was with our grandson, right? Thank you so much from last week. So last week on Monday, after we did the train station in the snow in New Rochelle, I flew down to South Carolina, to Savannah, to South Carolina to see my daughter have our first grandson. So thank you so much, Malcolm Top Jason. But Deb's been there since January 31st, and she told me she was not coming back tonight. So she surprised me by being here tonight. So Deborah, Hudson Jenkins, Sugar, you know what? She surprised. And then she's gonna go back, of course, tomorrow to be with the grandson because you know how that is, right? And we have all of our priorities. I know Jamal is in here somewhere, so Jamal Jenkins, who could not work at all for the last 2 weeks because he works at the Board of Elections and they won't let him anywhere near anything, so he was at home. But Jamal, where are you at, Jamal? Wave your hand, Jamal. Yeah, we walk past him. You know how this is, the children don't know you're home, right? So he didn't know that his mother's home now, so sorry son, it's gonna mess everything up. All right, I know Deb's mom is here too, and we gotta give it up for great grandma, Pearl Hudson is in the house. Without the leadership of everyone that's been around, I can't tell you there has not been one Democratic official in this county who has not supported me. I want to make sure that we give it up for everyone. Certainly our good friend who also was trying to come up here tonight. The congressman was trying to be here, but there's another snowstorm. Obviously he's not from Buffalo, right? So a snowstorm in Washington, you know they shut down when it's like a quarter inch of snow, right? So let's give it up for our Congressman George Latimer. All of our elected officials, everyone that's standing on the stage, my good friend from my city, in the city of Yonkers, Mayor Mike Spano. My sister from the city of Mount Vernon, where I grew up, the great Sean Patterson Howard. My friend in White Plains who's doing so many other things now, the mayor of White Plains, Tom Brooks. And all the legislators that are here, they got their name mentioned before, but the chairman is standing up here, and that's my good friend, Vidat Gashi. We have unions in the house, and unions in the house. They work so hard today, they don't have any more voice. Give it up for our union friends again. Give it up for every organization. There's not an organization that's Democratic-led that did not hear that call when that tweet went out, or whatever we call it now, right? From President Trump getting engaged in here, and they lit up and they got engaged and involved. Give it up for all of our organizations that were doing all this kind of work. And I gotta say this, all volunteers that did this work, that were working night and day, trying to make sure over this period of time, give it up for yourselves for doing that. 118,000 phone calls, close to 8,000 doors knocked, people sending out text messages on their own, platforms in the snow, train platforms with me, without me. Thank you all so much for doing that. And I know, the work is going to continue. Tomorrow, we go back to work. Because we know that the work has to continue. And because of everyone in this room, we're going to be able to keep moving Westchester forward. And I want to say to every last one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all the work that you did to help us be in the position today. And that includes our leader of our county Democratic Party, Suzanne Berger. And we all know that we have so many people that work along with us. If I don't give them a shout out, they're not gonna let me go home, right? So again, whether it's Joe, come on, keep it going for the clock in here. Joe Montalto, Andrew, Diana, Lala, Jackie, Alex, Aviva, Papa, Harry, Steve, and Aiden. That's the core campaign team. Give it up for all of them. Diana said that's not a loud enough cheer, right? You better be nice to them, right? Because if you don't do that kind of cheer, right? Yeah, there's lots of people that help a lot more than that. But I'm talking about core campaign team. Y'all don't get to talk to me if you don't talk to Diana. I can see a really good clap for that. Diana Toledo, give it up for Diana. Again, Westchester, I am so humbled to be here with all of you. We know we have more work to do, but we know there is nothing that we can't do together. Everyone have a great night. Let's keep going on. All right, so let's go. Let's keep going to work. We are getting ready to go back into political season. Let's give it up for our governor and all the folks that are up here.
Yeah.